Hi, everybody. It's Gene Simmons, and you're not, and you're listening to the Potter Than Hell podcast with Steve, BC, BB, and Dylan. But you knew that, didn't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is your last stop on the crazy train of hard rock and heavy metal. So sit back, buckle in, and hang on. Here we go.
Hello, Potter Than Hellions. Welcome back to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is Steve, your host. I'm joined this week by
BC
and
BB.
And we have two special co-hosts today from the awesome Shout It Out Loudcast. We have Tom and Zeus. What's up, my brothers?
Hey guys, what's up? Thank you so much for having us. I hope this works out as well as we hope it should work out. I don't know, this could be trouble.
Thanks guys for having us. I'm scared we're going to fuck it up for you.
Believe me, I fuck it up for us every week, so don't worry about it. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. Well, we got you guys on here. For those of you that have not out there that have not heard the Shout It Out Loudcast, pimp it, guys.
Yeah, so we are an all Kiss podcast. We come at it from a more of a comedic viewpoint, but we do break down. We do album reviews, DVD, concert, things like that. We do top tens. We've loved the band since we were little kids, but we're not afraid to call the band out for when they do something stupid. It's not a complete Kiss foot rub. So if you love Kiss and you want some laughs, make sure you check us out if you haven't. Shout It Out Loudcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom and I go back since college, so we like to think of it as, like everyone says, two buddies just talking and shooting the shit about Kiss. But we like to think that we're a little bit original. We come up with some original thoughts, original ideas, try to do some Kiss drafts, have special guests, original top 10 lists, and amongst insult each other and our guests. So we'll have you on soon so we can return the favor.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
We'd be honored to be on there. And speaking of your guests, I have a message from you. I was texting with your buddy that you affectionately call Sling Blade.
Oh,
He said that is Stephen Michael out there for you guys that don't know it, and from the Grown Up Rock podcast. And he said two things. He said to tell you guys hello, and he said blow me.
I said to Tom, I said, I'm starting to feel bad. I hope this Sling Blade thing doesn't pick up. I feel bad. I don't want to solve something like baptize the poor bastard Sling Blade. But I do remember, I'm not sure if it was him or Sonny that were giving you so much shit at the draft that you guys did, right?
Oh, it was me, yeah.
Yeah, I told you, I'm like, I think they were giving Steve so much shit, saying, oh, he fucked it up, right? So fuck them.
I did fuck it up, though. I really did.
That's all right.
But Tom, he penalized me and he got Love for Sale off me.
Oh no! Oh god!
He
no.
did.
That's
That
the
was
worst penalty.
like being put in Supermax.
Oh yeah, that's a killer penalty right there.
For sure. Yeah, and for you guys that have not checked out Shout Out Loudcast out there, give these guys a listen. If you've listened to us guys a bunch of times, and I consider myself and my co-hosts realistic Kiss fans, and we're not afraid to say what we don't like. We don't drink the Kool-Aid. We tell it like we feel it, and everything's not sunshine and roses But these guys are the same way, and that's what I love about their podcast, is just straightforward talk. And by the way, you guys, I usually say on the keyboards is Dylan. Dylan is not, he's taking the night off. I'm on the keyboard, so if you guys think the sound sucks, I'm the guy that you throw the water bottle at.
Nice Ace. Nice little Ace reference there.
Yeah.
The Kiss Cruise. Good God.
Yeah. Kiss Cruise Fest. Ace got pissed off. He came up and played with the guys from Return of the Comet.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
And he threw the water bottle at the sound guy because he thought he made him sound bad. I think Ace makes Ace sound bad. But that's just me. Thank God for the guys in his band.
We get some shit about that. Maybe consider Ace haters. We're not. We're just realistic about Ace. Good God. He just looks like shit and he sounds like shit. All the people clamoring for Ace, he can't fucking last like Tommy can, at least not now. So
No.
No, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's not coming. He can't make it on the Kid Talk. I mean, that could be a whole separate episode, but Ace is just not looking good.
Yeah, they'd have to have an alternate set. So if Ace didn't make the show, they would have to, go to Plan B.
Pretty much, yes.
Tommy, get the fucking suit on.
Suit up, you're going in.
Yep, exactly.
All right.
I'm calling the ticket sales tonight.
All right, before we get going, let's do what we usually do. We'll see what everybody's listening to, and we'll let our esteemed co-host go first here. And Zeus, what are you listening to these days?
Oh, geez, you throw me on the spot like that. What am I listening to when I don't have time to in between the millions of podcasts that I try to keep up with, including Potter Than Hell? It's usually the same old shit. I talk about it on our podcast. I've got, up to now, probably close to 12 to 14,000 songs on my iPhone, and that's on shuffle. And that could be anything from my hair metal to Elvis to country, you name it, I've got it. And so, unfortunately, though, I'm not into anything too new. I'm starting to get a little bit out of my stubborn ways, but honestly, you name the type of music, I'm probably listening to it.
All right, so we'll just put you down for shuffle play.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, Tom, come on, you got to have something more fucking interesting than that.
All right, so
Sorry, Zeus.
So
no offense taken.
No, so two things for me. So I recently discovered a new band called Joyous Wolf. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with them. They released an EP, and we were exposed to them by another podcast that we listen to called The Hook Rocks. And he's always, if you don't follow him on Twitter, you should be following him on Twitter. He pushes new bands all the time. And he was really pushing this band called Joyous Wolf, and they have a really awesome throwback, like 70s guitar rock sound. Really, really cool band. So I've been listening to them. And then one of the bands that I used to love listening to college, but with the recent announcement of the Rage Against the Machine reunion, I started revisiting a lot of my old Rage Against the Machine stuff, which I still love. So yeah, so a little bit of mix of old and new for me these days. Then like Zeus, pretty much the shuffle stuff too. Old, new, everything in between. But definitely, if you guys haven't heard Joyous Wolf, check them out.
All right, we will, absolutely. BB, what do you got?
From front to back, I just recently listened to that album that you kind of threw at me the other day. My band Blackstone Cherry just released a EP album. It's called Black to Blues Volume 2. Very bluesy. Not too much of a southern rock like I like the Blackstone Cherry. A lot of blues foundation here. They're going back to their actual roots. So I was a little disappointed at it.
Were you?
Yeah.
I just saw it and I figured you want to check it out.
Yeah, and like I said, it may take a while to grow on me, but when I think of Blackstone Cherry, I'm thinking of like modern day.
Me and Mary Jane.
Yeah, Mary Jane, like modern day.
Cowboy.
Fuck. That's what happens when you start drinking too early and your mind goes blank.
That's been known to happen here.
Yeah. But like I said, it's just a little bit too bluesy for me. Not that southern rock that I want to hear.
So they're going like deeper blues type stuff.
Yeah.
Blues.
Super blues.
Yeah, actual blues.
Blues Clues. It was like Blues Clues.
Blues Clues. What do you got, PC?
I could best sum it up. My past week has been a shuffle play of
Lizzie Borden, right?
No, all the hair bands and some new ones I never heard of, and just overdosing on.
You're just copying off of fucking Zeus.
No, he was listening to Elvis.
Oh, okay. No Elvis in BC Shuffle. All right.
Oh.
It's early, Zeus. You never know. We may get to change that.
All right.
And speaking of Lizzie Borden, BC just flew out to L.A. for one day to see Lizzie Borden and flew back.
Wow.
Road trip.
A road trip to see Lizzie Borden. You are a fan.
Damn right, man.
It's you against the world, huh?
It felt like it in L.A. Halloween night in L.A. is a little bit different.
Oh, I can imagine.
It was.
Well, at least they didn't fucking cancel Halloween out there.
No, they
Have
shut
it the next day.
They shut down the streets. There's this big, party / parade gathering. It was just crazy. Like
Nice.
1:30 in the morning. It's like noon, New York City. The streets were packed. I'm like, that's crazy.
That's awesome.
But the show is kick ass as always.
All right.
Is there such a thing?
Do it.
Lizzie boy.
There you go. First other fucking episode.
Yes.
And for me, I've been listening to. I can't stop listening to the Head East live album. Great band from the 70s. Absolutely love those guys. Judas Priest I've been listening to. Yesterday went on a little Priest binge for a little while after watching the KK Downing show. And I'm going to be you guys too. I've been shuffling a ton of stuff. Just a bunch of different bands, and there's a whole bunch of new stuff out. And I may have found a new album that's going to make my top 10 of the year, but I won't say what that is right now. So, guys, if you're like Zeus and BC and myself, hit shuffle play and listen to whatever the fuck you want to listen to. Tom's listening to the old stuff from Rage Against the Machine and a new band called Joyous Wolf. And from the Hook Rocks podcast. I'll have to check those guys out. I haven't checked that podcast or the band out, so I'll definitely check them out. And Tom, it's kind of cool, though, because there's a lot of bands coming out now that have that retro 70s sound. But there's a lot... And do they have like that heavy keyboard sound in their stuff too, or are they just like kind of like the
almost almost no keyboard if any? It's just guitar, drums, bass, and it's just like a nice old fashioned rock band.
Cool.
A
lot of bands are going like that retro sound, like Rival Sons and shit like that. Yeah.
Yep.
And BB's listening to the new Blackstone Cherry, the Black and Blues Volume 2.
Black and Blues Volume 2.
Black 2 Blues.
Yes.
Volume 2. And I got some Head East and some Judas Priest going on here, so we wrap that up. We'll take a quick break. We'll do some news, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, this week in the news, one crazy thing here. As you guys, I'm sure, have already heard, that Bob Kulick has lost his mind out there, and that Brother Bruce has a restraining order against him, and there was an excellent interview on the Metal Voice that he did with Jimmy Kay from the Metal Voice, going over all this stuff, and and he says it's not about money, but he keeps on bringing up that he paid $750 to get the shirts and all that shit going, and he hadn't seen any royalties and all this stuff, and just all this kind of craziness, it's insane, and I hear he was possibly a total dick to one of our fellow podcasters, and fuck him for that. I'll just leave that lay where it is. But what do you guys think here? This guy, I mean, and let me say first that he was on Kiss Cruise 6. I think he played with Bruce, and it was fantastic. It was really cool seeing those Kiss Alive 2 songs being played, and totally they look like they got along great on stage. They played the songs fantastic. Pretty much the same band that Bruce has now, minus Bob, and put in Zach Throne on bass, and then Todd Kearns moved to rhythm guitar. But it seemed like they got along good, so I don't know. I think Bob's a little jealous maybe of what Bruce is going on. What do you guys think?
Well, he's a Grammy Award-winning producer, Dad.
He is. You know what? I didn't know that until the interview, and he must say that probably 20 times. Yeah. And
by the way.
I mean, there are some things that I can understand him being upset about, because if your face is on a shirt and you're not getting any money for that, yeah, I can understand being upset about that. But to the level that he's upset, and it doesn't match,
Right, but don't these people have business managers to take care of this shit?
Sometimes not.
Maybe not. Maybe at this level, maybe he's not making enough to have one of them. But it's funny when in that interview, and he said. They said about a lawyer. No, wait. I'm not. No. And I'm thinking, well, he's not getting a lawyer because it's going to cost him more money to get a lawyer. He's already bitching about the $750 he just spent on shirts and pictures, But the poor guy, talented son of a bitch, but he's lost whatever he had between his ears. That's for sure.
Too many years in rock and roll, kid. Yeah, so I guess him and the brother are falling out there, unfortunately, over what? Money. it.
And it's funny because like I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Bruce Kulick except for his brother.
Never.
Yeah, right.
Never.
You know, no one. And BC, you've met him before. I've met him a couple times, and actually Kiss Cruise.
The Kiss Expos too, right?
Yeah, well,
Kiss
that's what I mean.
Cruise,
Yeah.
Kiss Expos.
Yeah.
He's been out there.
Yeah, and we've met him a couple times, and I got to talk to him on the last Kiss Cruise I went on, Kiss Cruise 8, and super nice to me. You know, got a picture with him. I talked to him for probably almost 10 minutes because we were in line getting on the ship, and then we were in the elevator together going up. His wife was really nice, and Bob even says something like about Bruce's wife, about, I don't know, something about her looks or something like that. Like, come on, like, seriously? You're not on the fucking playground here. Like,
What does that have to do with what's going on?
I know, it's ridiculous. But you know what? Bruce has not said word one about this,
just,
at least in to any interviews or anything like that. At least, Bruce, thank you for keeping it classy, my friend. I appreciate it. And another thing we got going on November 26th. That's next week, actually. Next week or the week after. I think it's the day before Thanksgiving or right around Thanksgiving.
From when we're recording, it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay.
Yeah.
The new Y&T movie's going to come out, On With The Show. Looks cool. The trailer came out last week. I thought it was cool. We just watched it here. What do you guys think? What do you think, BC?
Y&T.
There we go. In the news. In the news.
Yeah, I think they deserve something like this because, as much as they influence so many people, they're still a very underrated band, I think.
Yeah, Sonny's going bananas.
Sonny's is like out of control.
But like BC said, these guys are so underrated. Live music, these guys are top of their game for being around for 45 years, and they still kick ass today. Is a testament to what kind of music they're just producing now, and it's amazing.
Yeah, they got some pretty cool people involved. So we saw Sammy Hagar, right, and
I thought you said cool.
and Dee Snider, Eddie Trunks narrating it. So it's really awesome how these other prolific artists are coming to support this band that's been around for so long, and they deserve the recognition finally.
Absolutely. BC's got something for us here.
Yeah,
A little short news day, but BC's got something for us.
We got another taste testing episode here. Our good listener, R.A. Fiorosi, hooked us up again with their connection, and we finally got the Trooper, Sun and Steel. So I'm a little nervous about this one, guys. I don't know, but
I am too.
It's a
sake.
It's a sake
Lager.
it's made with sake
Sake
East or something.
Sake East.
Like when you go to the hibachi, they squirt the sake.
Well, it cracks open like.
Well, no, it's filtered through socks.
Oh,
It's sake. It's sake.
looks like
it kind
beer.
of tastes
It does
sake-ish.
look like beer.
It's very light.
Very, very,
very
light
light.
color.
When
Yeah,
when you think of lager, you're thinking like dark lager, like a
Fill that with
Yingling.
the brim.
You know,
Jeez.
Give me a little less foam than that, will you?
We're trying.
Yeah, we're
The-
kinda-
He
doesn't like a
we're
lot of
using,
head
like
with his
paper
beer.
cups here. We're using. We're real high tech here.
The can looks pretty cool. It's got a Shogun, a Samurai Eddie on the can. Looks really cool.
yeah, that is neat. It's funny how they have like this empty spot, like right. I don't
A lot
know.
of space.
Something's missing.
A lot of empty space.
Should put like brew stickers.
We'll throw a couple of pictures up on the Facebook page of the cans of this. Yeah, there is a lot of space there. Still brewed by the Robinson Brewery
Yep.
in England.
Yeah, let's see the can.
All right, Duncan, give us a description of the can. Will we? Cheers. We'll
see,
cheers to RA, our buddy.
All right.
Sun and Steel is a double fermented pilsner with a crisp, refreshing taste and sake-like notes. The sixth beer from Iron Maiden vocalist Bruce Dickinson and Robinson's Brewery. This project was over 2 years in the making, blending creative thinking, British brewing excellence, and Japanese sake yeast to create a truly unique beer, Kanpai.
It's got a little weird taste to it. It's not bad.
It's not bad. There's something there. I think it must be that we're not used to that sake yeast that they're using because it's not like hoppy. It's a different hoppy.
Yeah.
It's a different.
It's weird.
It's more like an IPA-ish than a lager that like we would be used to.
So if you had to rank it with the other ones, do you like it better, worse?
I'm gonna say this one's pretty much down on the bottom
No.
for me.
BB's not into the lighter stuff though. He likes he actually likes that fucking Hershey's chocolate Guinness or
the
whatever.
Yingling,
The
Yingling
Yingling
chocolate.
chocolate. Oh
Hershey.
my god.
Anything that has any kind of milk product and alcohol is not good.
Peanut bar. They only made it in kegs.
Gross.
But yeah, this is definitely for me. Towards the bottom. It even
I don't mind it. It's
different.
It's definitely got a different little taste to it. It's crisp. It's almost cider-like, maybe.
Yeah, there's something
that borderline. Yeah.
Did RA say how much it was?
This?
Yeah, it's expensive? No.
It was like $65 a case.
Holy crap. How much comes in a case?
24 cans.
But this was 16 ounces.
They're 16 ounces and they're like 6 4-packs.
Oh, okay.
Where the other ones just come in pretty much 12. The bottles come in 12 packs.
Okay.
It's not bad though. It's not bad. It's
different.
For me. It's not the bottom for sure. I think the red and the black was the bottom for me.
Hey, you got the name
that
right.
one.
I
know that's unusual.
We're going to do them all like one time. Refresh our memory.
That's true. Right. And that one, and it was either that one or the 666. I couldn't even finish. It was terrible.
So we're getting. We're supposed to get in the next one. Hopefully this month, early next month.
What's the next one?
I forget, to be honest with you. It's been so long.
Well, I know there's a Trooper one coming out, like the Day of the Dead one, but it's just the regular Trooper with a different label.
Oh, okay.
There's another one, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, supposedly.
Because we already did the Light Brigade, right? That was the last one.
Brigade, but that's been out for a while. It's just
Right.
Took so
that
long.
one I think was my favorite. The Light Brigade I think was my favorite. And then the regular Trooper.
I'm gonna say it again, Bruce. Where's the cider? Where's the cider made in?
Soak it in cider. It could be like the apples from the Fear of the Dark Tree.
See the red? yeah. Like Angry Orchard. Do a thing with Angry Orchard. Yeah.
Exactly. Eddie Orchard.
Yeah, Eddie Orchard.
All right, guys. So there's our news. There's our beer. So go out and grab yourself some Sun and Steel Sake Lager by Iron Maiden from the Robinson Brewery, and check it out. And we'll get back into the show. All right, BC. That news was fucking crazy again, wasn't it?
As always.
All right. And we have Tom and Zeus here, so we decided to not drag these guys back into the Kiss realm, give them a little break from their awesome Kiss podcast. So what we're going to talk about is, and I'm not a huge fan of the term hair metal, because most of us don't have a lot of fucking hair anymore to begin with. There we go. I got my scraps cut today, actually. We're going to talk about, if you want to call it 80s classic rock, our top songs there. We're going to do like popular ones and a couple deep tracks and stuff like that. And as we go around here, we'll do just say your 5 and we'll all comment on them. And just kind of give us your background of, what your tastes are and, the kind of stuff that you like and listen to and what you don't like. So, Zeus, let's hear from you first, my friend. What do you got for us?
So, I got my list of 5. I started this off, and when we talked about this topic, I'm like, this should be pretty easy. And I messaged you, and I'm like, all right, where the fuck do I go after this top 20? Because I'm like, this is one of my favorite bands, so I got to have them. But then this is an obscure track by this band that I just love that one song. It's really almost impossible, but these are 5 that I thought maybe that we could talk about. 5 of my favorite, what would be deemed hair metal songs. All right. So number 5, I picked Slaughter's "Mad About You." I love the riff. The vocals are awesome. They got a cheesy video to go along with it, and it just makes me. And we just did an episode on Vinnie Vincent's "All Systems Go."
That was a great episode.
And that album, when just going over it, it was like a great hair metal, that genre, an album. Slaughter just kept it going, and they kicked out the asshole, and they just kept it going. And I love "Mad About You." I think it's a fantastic song. You want me to just continue down the list?
Yeah, and if we're going through here and you hear a repeat song, we'll just you can just say I have that in my list too when you're going through.
Okay. Yeah. So number 4, continuing on like a Kiss almost theme here, I took "Dreams in the Dark" by Badlands. Love that song. And there's a little bit of a backstory with the singer being like a degenerate, and that's why they won't re-release the album.
Yep.
She died of like some controversy with AIDS and going around like not protecting himself.
Yep, banging chicks and not saying anything to them.
Yeah, and so there's like that story. Who knows why they're not re-releasing them? I remember getting that album when it first came out, seeing the video, and be like, holy shit, these guys rock. And I like Jakey Lee. Song was awesome. The album's pretty awesome. And that just stood out to me, and that's just something I wanted to throw out there.
Eric Singer on drums.
Absolutely, that's where the Kiss theme comes in. And he's doing the same still drum moves in that video as he does in Kiss, with his arms flailing. Number 3 for me is kind of cliche, kind of, I don't know, typical of the era, and you'll know exactly this song, and that's I love Great White's Once Bitten, Twice Shy. All the way from just the song and the video. And a lot of these, the video makes the song. It gives you an image, where you were, when you heard it, how it was popular. And, of course, you've got Bobby Brown in the video, right, with her friends there, showing up. And I just love it. Just the guitar and the drums. Then here comes the bass. Then here comes the keyboards, and the whole band starts kicking. Great solo. Great, and they did a great rendition of that song. Number 2 is probably my favorite, looking at my list, favorite guitar song of that era. And that's Dawkins' Kiss of Death. I can listen to that opening riff on loop all day long.
Yep.
Awesome song. Guitar is insane. The lyrics, the vocals, there's no video for that, but just, I remember when Back to the Attack came out, and I remember buying it that day it came out. I remember putting it on and hearing this song and going, holy shit, this is even better than I can. I just started to get into Dawkins. Dream Warriors got me looking back at their back catalog. And then before Back to the Attack came out, I had everything kind of, I was so ready for the next Dawkins album. And that song went on, it just blew me away. And then finally, going back to my Kiss theme songs, as I said before, my favorite song of that era, and it's a ballad, and I think it's a perfect song, and it's on my Mount Rushmore of songs of that era, probably of all time, and that's That Time of Year, Vinnie Vincent.
Yeah.
Fucking love that song. To me, it's a perfect song. The lyrics, the vocals, the drumming, the guitar, the solo, even the video. Unreal. It's just a favorite of mine. That's my top 5.
All right, cool. Great top 5. We'll talk about them real quick, and then we'll go to the next guy. PC, what do you think about Zeus's list there?
I like the list. I mean, my definition so far of hair metal is going to be different than probably you guys, I think.
Okay.
I get very particular when it comes to the term hair metal. Compared to hard rock. So many people get them mixed up, I think. I'll explain a little bit. But I like his picks. Badlands.
Nothing in particular?
The Badlands.
Okay.
Pick one up. I like the
Man of many words, I guess. But BB, what do you think about the picks there?
Well, I'll wait till I get around to mine. But with Zeus, we actually duplicated one already out of 4 bazillion songs we could have picked from. We actually duplicated one. I'm glad you picked the Badlands, because everybody, when you think of Badlands, all you think of is High Wire. And, the one you picked is second on the album. Fucking fantastic song. And then in picking Vinny, these guys know I'm a big Vinnie Vincent fan, and, it's nice to hear some little, Vinny's a fucking crazier than a shithouse rat. It's, that music he made back in that album was fucking fantastic, and I'm glad somebody's appreciating it.
All right, Tom. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Zeus.
No, I was just going to say, we talked about it. That time of year, anybody else did it, anybody else released it in that era, I think that would have been a top 10 hit, maybe a number 1 song. It's just, it goes to his brilliance, and I think that's what Gene and Paul got sucked in, and that's why they kept coming back to him, like, let's give him another chance, because they saw that brilliance, and they think they can harness it and keep him on track, but nobody can.
No one can, absolutely. All right, Tom, what do you think, my friend?
Yeah, I mean, look, the hair metal scene, and, that's kind of like my sweet spot. So a lot of these songs, Vinnie Vincent, Doc, Doc, and it could pick any song. Great White, same thing. Badlands, that's a great song. Slaughter, same thing. I mean, this top 5 could have been my top 5. And we'll get into that as we go around. That this is definitely a topic that's near and dear to my heart. This style of music.
Yeah.
One thing I just want to add real quick. I'm not sure, was it BC or BB that made the comment about hair metal and what their definition? My definition of hair metal does not, I'm going by the general, not saying that this is hair metal, I'm saying what people throw in as hair metal, because no offense, I don't think Badlands is hair metal, but it's thrown into that era, so that's what I'm going by. It doesn't mean I believe it is, but I think it's categorized as that's the hair metal era. I mean, Guns N' Roses gets thrown in as hair metal, and I don't think they are, but no. That's what I'm going by for my popularity. I just want to put that out there.
Hell, somebody put down Judas Priest as hair metal. That's the farthest thing from hair metal.
Yeah.
Turbo.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is kind of goes by the shit that they play on Hair Nation on XM.
Exactly.
And we had the conversation Tom posted yesterday. They were playing. Who'd you say they were playing?
They were playing Stage Fright by Def Leppard, which
that's not a hair metal song.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And then they were playing Operation Mindcrime by Queensryche. I'm like, okay, they've obviously never listened to Queensryche if you think they're a hair band.
Right, that's for sure.
They're going by this because they have hair. The bottom line. It is. Half these bands are not hair metal.
Yeah. I think Zeus had some friggin' great picks. And it's cool too that Zeus said about the video for Once Bitten Twice Shy. And it's crazy when you hear a lot of these songs. You cannot separate the song from the video.
Oh yeah.
You hear a song, you instantly think of the video. You cannot listen to Hot for Teacher without, holy shit, the video. Sit down, Waldo. You can't not think of that shit when it goes on. And Slaughter Mad About You is great. Kiss of Death, and definitely from Back from the Attack. Hands down, my favorite Dokken album. Absolutely fucking love that album. In that time of year, and I think you're absolutely right. And I think that at that point that anybody that had any kind of association with Kiss was immediately thought of like, you suck type deal. And it's really unfair because that's a friggin' great song. And that album is fantastic. And it's so different from the first album. It's so much more melodic. Vinny was kind of calmed down solo wise, and it was a really good album. And I thought they were really great picks, Zeus. And BC, what do you got for your 5 here?
Nobody's going to know my shit.
That'll be a quick conversation.
It's going to be very quick. To me, hair metal is a musical style, a look, aquanet out the ass, and lyrically kind of cheesy almost. To me, that's hair metal, like more show than substance. And I'm not taking it.
Wow, you've grown as a person, BC.
Holy shit!
I'm passionate about this.
It only took you 110 freaking episodes to show up.
No, but I mean, like,
who are you and what have you done with BC?
No, but all these people.
See, Steve, what happened is you brought the mature thoughtfulness of Shout It Out Loudcast.
That's it.
It's about goddamn time we got some sophistication here.
That's what we're here for.
If we're making you sophisticated, what the fuck?
You're BC's tutors.
See what happens when Dylan's not here.
But I mean, there's tons of shit out there they call hair metal. That's, to me, hard rock.
Right.
It's not hair metal. But the stuff I kind of picked right off the top of my head is the better of the hair metal. How's that?
Okay, there you go.
I'm going to go for 1991, the band Tough. LA band. Very high hair and fucking all about the shows and shit. But there's the last song on their self-titled debut album was Good Guys Wear Black. I thought about Damien for this one.
Oh,
It gives a good guitar riff and the bass and just the solo in there. It's good hair metal. It's still hair metal, but it's rocking. The second one I would go with Shotgun Messiah from 1988. Don't Care About Nothing. It's got got the guitar. I think hair metal has to have the whammy bar going, and it has to have the not cheesy solo, but not a very what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe passionate solo. Like not this just all over the board, and they go right back in the song. But to me, hair metal has the chorus is always very group vocals.
little gang vocal action.
Gang vocal action there. So number 3, I'm gonna go with originally Pennsylvania boys, Poison with "Let Me Go to the Show" from 1986 debut. Part of talking about everything that we wanted to do back in the day, go to the shows and just have a good time. You heard your mother? Turn that shit off. Who hasn't heard that? And I'm going to stay in Pennsylvania with the next pick out of Philadelphia, Britney Fox. Their first album to me was more looking like hair metalish than their second, and definitely their third was like rock, like a hard rock.
But Bite Down Hard is fucking awesome.
Bite Down Hard is rock. But Girl School, it has like that, the classroom beginning with the bell, and it has the catchy hook to it, typical of that time, and it was pushed out the thing. Their hair was higher than shit. And then,
yeah.
And then you gotta throw it out to these guys. I mean, they weren't back in the day, but they play it up like they did back in the day. It's Steel Panther with I picked just 17 Girls in a Row because it's typical 80s backstage partying style song. They have the look, and they're a really good band.
And he never lost his erection.
He never lost 17 Girls in a Row. Never lost his erection. God love him.
What?
I did 5, and are we doing the ballot?
Yeah, well, yeah. You're supposed to do like 4 in the ballot. But
okay.
Go ahead. Well, that's all right. We'll
keep going,
We'll
BC.
allow for your sophistication tonight.
All right, I'm going back to LA again with Pretty Boy Floyd with "I Want to Be With You" from 1989's the classic ballad. "I Want to Be With You," blah blah blah. Big cheesy, big chorus. Again, gang vocals, but that would be
Gang vocals in a ballad?
Wow. They do.
Really? Why don't I know that one?
Gang vocals
Probably
and
because it's a
Steel
fucking
Panther
ballad.
in the same
That's
set
fine.
list. Holy shit.
All right, does anybody know these songs?
Because it's hair metal.
Well,
We like rock.
I'll jump in, and I will just say, if aliens landed on planet Earth and they said, "What is hair metal? I don't understand what this is." You play them that song and you show them that video. That, to me, is the dictionary definition of everything that the hair metal scene is. The look, the vocals, the video, the appearance, everything. Not to mention the song fucking kicks ass. I love "Girl School" by Britney Fox. Love it.
Absolutely, and I actually had that one on my list, but and it's weird because and actually I'll go next for commentary here. I had that written down, and I know I had it down, but I wrote my list down like last week, and I don't know what the fuck I did with it. It was gone. It was just gone. I couldn't find it with all my shit.
I finished mine.
So
I finished mine yesterday and lost the fucking thing.
So I ended up with a whole new list, but Girl School was on there. Friggin' excellent. Tough. I remember they played M3, right? Did they play M3?
No, the guy was there. Steve.
Stevie Rochelle.
Rochelle.
Okay.
He was there. I don't know if he played or was he just.
I think he was just hanging out.
I think he was hanging out. Something like that.
Shotgun Messiah. I'm not really familiar with that one, but Poison, Let Me Go to the Show, classic song, love it. Britney Fox, Girl School, and we actually had the drummer Johnny D on the show, and we'll be talking with him on the Monsters of Rock cruise coming up in February. Girl School is friggin' phenomenal. Tom, I could not agree with you more. This song is like boom. When the aliens come, this is what we're playing for them.
Yep.
The hair, the outfits.
Yeah. Steel Panther, they are modern day hair metal with crazy lyrics. But you know what? Like Steel Panther, we've been making up dirty lyrics for songs for fucking decades. But these guys finally just recorded it. You know,
They did it in the
and Pretty Boy Floyd, I don't know. I don't know that one because it's a ballad. But I'll check it out.
Check it out.
I'm interested to hear gang vocals in a fucking ballad though.
You'll hear.
All right. Zeus, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm scratching my head on a couple of them that I'm going to have to play and listen. Take your suggestion that they're good songs.
They're hair metal.
But, Poison's Let Me Go to the Show, I know. Pretty Boy Floyd, I'm not a really big fan of that song. Shotgun Messiah, Top 5, I don't really even know them. Steel Panthers is fucking funny. Britney Fox, just those chicks in that video. Oh, that's enough of itself. I had that on my list here as well. It's just so over the top, everything. All the way down to the pirate shirts that the guys are wearing in the band. The hairspray on the band. It's just loud and proud, and the video just makes it even better.
Zeus, when they recorded that video, do you think that he said, "I don't want to be a pirate"?
I don't know. I think that voice or the sign. I don't want to be a pirate.
You're the first pirate.
Yeah, exactly. But that video is just insane.
That is freaking excellent. All right, BB, what do you think about BC's picks here?
You know, it's nice that BC actually finally showed up after 110 episodes, you know. I'm glad he actually took some fucking time to actually pick some good songs here. Tough's an amazing band, and not a lot of people know I actually have the CD. It's really, really good. Did you pick the Good Girls Wear Black? That's a good tune. Shotgun Messiah, I'm not 100% sure about them. Poison, fantastic song. Brittany Fox, as you know, everybody's kind of touched on, and Steel Panther. You know, how can you go wrong with these guys? These guys are hilarious, and we've said this several times. We just wish Steel Panther actually make an actual regular
serious album
instead of banging your neighbor.
Man,
Believe me, there's no neighbors to bang in this neighborhood.
Oh,
I'm impressed that they could.
except for
Jerry the neighbor.
Jerry the neighbor.
Yeah, for you guys out there, we're doing Skype with these guys, and Zeus came on. He looks like my neighbor Jerry, so he's neighbor Jerry.
Oh,
Jerry. How can anyone not like him? All right, I think everybody went. Tom, what songs you got for us?
All right. So, kind of like you guys were saying, like, to me, the hair metal scene, it's, there's a difference between, like, 80s rock, like Zeus was saying, like Guns N' Roses, or even one of my all-time favorite bands I've seen in the hair metal scene is a band like Tesla.
Yeah.
Absolutely love them. Hair Nation plays them all the time, which is good because I love to hear them. But, they're just not, to me, they don't fall into that category. They're 80s hard rock.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of my list here, I try to stick to that, like, kind of over the top, like you were saying, like the gang vocals with the chorus. So I'm going to start off with a song that, if Girls' School by Brittany Fox didn't exist, this may be the song with the video that will show people what the fuck was going on with hair metal. And that's Vinnie Vincent Invasion, Boys Are Gonna Rock.
Oh. Nice.
The song is spectacularly ridiculous, and I mean that as a compliment. The video is insane. This is obviously with Fleischman on vocals before Mark Slaughter took over. The song is just... if you like hair metal in that 80s, like, chaos, that's the song for you. Another great song I love, a couple of these are a little bit more popular, but another band, LA Guns, Never Enough. Another great song, heavy with the guitars, nice riff, great group chorus there with the Never Enough chorus. Just a really cool song, cool band. I could have picked a ton of songs from LA Guns. Another band that I love, a nice sleazy hair metal band with a couple of tunes that I love. But I went with Poison Ivy by Faster Pussycat. Love that band. Could have picked a handful of songs for them, but another one with a great chorus with everybody is singing that chorus. Tame Downey with the vocals, man. He's kind of got that slimy kind of way that he sings. Just a great song. And then I got to pick something from probably one of my all-time favorite bands. They do get thrown into that hair metal genre, so I kind of feel like I'm contradicting myself there. But I got to throw something in from Dokken, and I'm going to throw in Burning Like a Flame. Probably the most songs. I would compare this to a song almost like Photograph. I know Def Leppard is not a hair band, but in terms of just the layered vocals, that chorus that just like soars, just an awesome song. I could have picked anything by Dokken. I was actually going to pick Kiss of Death, but Zeus took that, so I kind of went somewhere else. And then for my ballad, this is a song that I've loved since I got the cassette when the album came out, and this is Save Your Love by Great White. I love Great White in general, but this is the kind of ballad that I like. Starts off very, very slow, a little bit of acoustic guitar, a little bit of vocals, drums kick in. By the time the song takes off at the end, it just really takes off, and I think it's just one of my favorite power ballads for that genre for sure. Save Your Love. I still listen to that now. It's a great song.
Yeah, definitely. BB, what do you think?
Like I said before, Vinnie Vincent, I love it. Boys Are Gonna Rock, fantastic pick.
BB's got his pantsuit on tonight.
My Vinnie Vincent suit. With my shim boots. LA Guns. You may hear LA Guns once again in the near future. Faster Pussycat. When you said sleazy, Tom, I knew exactly where you were going because I pointed to Steve and I knew Steve had a song from these guys. So we don't know. I don't know if he's going to pull that out of his hat or not, or throw an audible. Dokken. Love Dokken, classic '80s sound, and Great White. Once again, you're talking 5 amazing bands from the '80s, and it's just another great list.
Cool, thanks.
What do you think, Zeus? What do you think about your cohorts list there?
These are all songs. 'Cause we listened to them in college together. Yep. We went on road trips. I know all these songs. We played them all together. Yep. So, Boys Are Gonna Rock. Yes, that's everything. The kitchen sink, your neighbor's underwear, everything is thrown into this fucking blender in that solo. It's insane. The video is insane. It's like he's gonna fucking have a heart attack just grabbing things and just playing them all over the place. It's spaz. Thing's awesome. Never Enough. LA Guns, very underrated. I had, I'll save it. But Poison Ivy, I had another one there from them. Me and Tom always talk about sleazy rock, that kind of style of Faster Pussycat. And this is our wheelhouse, these kind of bands. And I have something else that I'm probably going to go into later with them. And we're big fans of Dokken. Burn Like a Flame is a good song. I didn't really think it's too much of a radio hit.
Yep.
But it's a good song. It's fine. Save Your Love. Great White is just so underrated as a musician. The vocals, the guitar. They were so awesome. Those 2 albums in a row were just unbelievable.
Yep.
I love Tom's list because me and him played all this shit all the time. So, yeah, they're all awesome.
Great picks. Tom, great list.
Thanks,
Vinnie
buddy.
Vincent Invasion. That song's just a fucking... It is as insane as the fucking video is. It's crazy. Never Enough, LA Guns. Those guys are great. That Cocked and Loaded album is just friggin' phenomenal. Fester Pussycat, Poison Ivy. That's a song. I don't know why they don't play that song live anymore. It's because we've seen them a shitload of times, and I'm like, God, just fucking play it one more time. But they don't. I don't know why. They'll throw some other oddball songs, and some of their newer stuff was kind of industrial, was kind of fucked up. But
I heard that. I'm like, what are you doing? This is not what people want to hear from Faster Pussycat.
Yeah, we BC and I saw them years ago, and they came out and they did an industrial version of These Boots Are Made for Walking, and they came out with all this leather. They looked like fucking Nazis, and the fucking guitar player had a leather skirt on. And we're like, holy fuck, I hope the whole show's not going to be like this. This is going to suck.
We were looking at each other like, what the hell is this?
And then they went right into I don't know, something like Bathroom Wall or something. We're like, oh, thank God. They totally had us faked out. I'm like, this is going to be totally fucked up here. But I don't know why they don't do that song anymore because it's friggin' great. Dokken, Burn Like a Flame. You could have picked any song from... Tooth and Nail or Under Lock and Key or Back for the Attack would have totally fit on this list. Burn Like a Flame is a great one. Save Your Love is a friggin' phenomenal and I'm not a huge ballad guy, but that one is great. And it was funny because we went to see Great White at a venue near us. There had to be maybe 80 people there. I mean, it was like a typical club show 5-10 years ago. And Jack Russell's Great White, and he's singing it, and he puts the microphone down to one guy, and the guy doesn't know the fucking lyrics. He's like, ugh. So he friggin' throws it down to me, and I'm singing it with him. It was friggin' phenomenal. I was like, holy shit. It was really, and he's like, that guy knows the, it was kind of the look, that guy at least knows the song. And but just a great ballad, and I'm not a really great ballad guy, but that's one that is just one that kind of gives me that, and I call it the awe factor, that you get the little loss of breath when you hear this song. It just kind of gets you where you live. Just a great list. I love it, and I'm gonna go next. I think.
All right.
Then we'll let BC go here, huh? Oh, okay.
How about you let me go?
How can you talk about? I think these guys are more hard rock than hair metal, but I gotta start the list off with Wild Side from Motley Crue. Fucking love that song. It's like a kind of like a dirty, grungy song. They're, the streets of L.A., guy got found dead with his best friend's wife, just like crazy lyrics, like sleazy kind of shit going on there. The drums are amazing in the song, and I like that ding, tank, tank. We get that. And I think if you listen to, I don't know if you guys listen to Slipknot at all, but they have the guy that's banging the fucking keg all the time. I think they got that from these guys. Because if you listen, this kind of sounds like he's banging a keg with like a fucking aluminum bat in the song.
Yep.
And I think it's just a great song. And it's weird lately that we've been doing song episodes here and there. And I've been picking, and I'm a huge, massive, you need a guitar solo in a song guy. This is another song that I picked that doesn't have a fucking guitar solo in it. But the vibe of the song, the time changes in the song is really friggin' great. And here's a band that I can't believe no one has mentioned yet. Whitesnake from the 1987 album. I picked the Bad Boys. Here's a song for ya. The song just comes in, you get the ow, 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 ow. Fucking love it. Got a great hard driving riff in it. And I love when he sings it live and he's like, bad boys and some bad girls. Fucking absolutely love that. I could listen to that like all day long. And I have a Great White song also. I think Great White's been like 3 times already so far. So they're the band so far. I have Rock Me though from the Once Bitten album. I just love the bass in the beginning, the little bluesy guitar, Jack Russell's little soft kind of vocals, and the song kind of is up and down. It comes in for the chorus, and it really rocks, and then boom, right back down again. And then the solo's friggin' excellent in it. Just a really soulful solo, but then the outro solo, just like Mark Kindle just absolutely fucking tears it up in the solo going out. Here's another band not mentioned yet, Rat. Lay It Down from the Invasion of Your Privacy album. Just a great. I love the riff at the beginning, just like that song. You hear that, and you're just like, holy shit. You hear that, and You're in Love. You hear those 2 songs back to back. They play them live, but they're not back to back on the album, which is weird because it seems like they play them live 1-2 in a row, but they're not that on the album. And you always think that, but then when you listen to the album, you're like, oh, those songs aren't in a row. Just a great song. I love that. And my ballad is going to be in. Sorry, Tom, but I got to pick a Def Leppard song for my ballad. Even though if you had to consider an album to be hair metal for Def Leppard, it would definitely have to be Hysteria.
Yes, agreed.
Some of the songs. Yep. So I picked the title track from there, Hysteria. I just think it's great. I love the just the whole vibe of the song. I think it's one of those songs that I talked about before. It gives that awe factor. And when we did our ballads episode, this is one that I picked, but I had to throw it out there again because I think it's just it's actually, and it's weird because it's like in my top 5 Def Leppard songs, and it's just kick ass. I just had to throw that on there. What do you think, Zeus?
I think you have awesome taste.
Thank you, sir.
Wild Side's an awesome song. I remember when it came out, it just, that's when they started stripping down a lot of their stuff. Now they're on bikes. They're, wearing as much makeup, starting wearing black stuff and leather and stuff. I remember that video. Bad Boys. So when we talked about, I should have threw this out. In the beginning, when you talked about stuff that you've been listening to lately, I updated all my old Whitesnake albums. So I should have threw that out. That Whitesnake, older Whitesnake, is one of the things that I've been listening to, and I like the original Whitesnake as well. And there's been different variations of the band, different styles, and I think they're all awesome. I can listen to any variation of Whitesnake. And obviously, 87's the self-titled album is incredible. The whole album is incredible. And I actually got to see Whitesnake in '88 when I was a freshman in high school. Went to with my brother and his friends to see them, and Great White opened up.
Nice show.
That was
I saw that tour.
Hell of a show. And I was like, who the fuck is this band? The song that stood out to me then, I didn't know, was Face Today. But, Rock Me, the video, the guitar, it's just, they are a very underrated band. That's a great pick. Rat, probably top 5 easily hair bands for me. Just probably top 5 rock bands for me. I could have picked so many songs from them, but I felt that was cheating because nothing really is like, that's my favorite Rat. They're all awesome to me. And I can, lay it down. There's another video I remember, the little weird-looking kid at his birthday party, and the clown and the thing spinning around. I remember that pretty well. And then, if all that stuff, didn't make me say you got great taste, but I laughed and I started pointing to my sheet. Hysteria.
Oh, really?
The reason it didn't make my list because I didn't want to put 2 ballads, and that time of year is just slightly ahead of it. There's something about the riff. I don't know what it is about that song. It is one of my favorite ballads of all time. I can't explain it. That din din din. It's just an awesome sound. It moves you, and I fucking love the title track, Hysteria. The fact that you picked that, Steve, high five, virtual high five.
All right, there we go. Boom, there we go.
Right.
Give it up.
Fucking awesome. Awesome.
All right. Jesus, all right, BC, top that fucker.
Yeah.
On my songs. Hello.
Oh, wait. He's going to I said before, thanks for showing up. I take it back.
Yeah, but he's going to let me comment now, but not last time. He didn't let me comment last time.
Oh,
On times.
well, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's got bad up.
So
Now he wants me to comment.
I thought you did.
No, see, I'm getting talkative, and I got shut down.
BC, you can't talk tonight.
I can't talk. I'm back in my show.
No. Talk about Tom's first. I want to hear what you got to say.
Oh no, you got me confused now. I'm on yours now.
Well, then do his after.
No. L.A. Guns is fucking every band on your list, and every song comes off to me a great album. So your list was like perfect to me. Some I don't consider hair bands, but perfect list though, and great albums. Now back to you.
Okay, sorry about that. No, fucking tell me.
I'm like. Okay, but again, your list is great too. Wild Side. I remember that first came out. It was a little different for Crew, I think, at that time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, It took me like maybe.
Yeah, but after Theater of Pain, anything was fucking good.
It was White Snake Bad Boys. That was when they opened up for not the Crew, right?
Who? Whitesnake?
Yeah, Polka Dots.
Yeah, for Theater Paint Tour. Yep.
That was great. Great White, Rock Me. Rat, Lay It Down. Like Zeus said, I mean, is there a bad Rat song? Well, not as we don't consider Stephen Pearcy nowadays. And Death Leopard Hysteria. That album is finally growing on me. Like I said, I was an old school Death Leopard guy and that came out, and it took years for it to come out between Pyromania. Mm-hmm. And it came out, I was just like, It took some time to grow on me.
I love that album. I think it's fucking fantastic.
But overall, I mean, another good list.
All right, awesome. Who do we miss? BB. BB's gonna wow us with his list right here.
Well, you want my list, or you want me to go over your list?
Oh yeah, see, you fucking Dylan here.
And you skip me, Steve. I haven't been able to talk about your list either. You got to keep track here, brother.
Holy Christ! Dylan's gonna have to walk down the street now. What the fuck?
Tom, go ahead, sir.
Right, Tom, go ahead. Thank you. I'm glad you told me.
When I'm directing traffic, we're in trouble.
I can't keep track of myself, let alone goddamn 4 other people. It's fucking killing me.
So,
go ahead.
The reason I was anxious to talk about your list is because this easily could have been my list. With the exception of Def Leppard. I get it that Hysteria is when they kind of turn the corner a little bit for obvious reasons and change their sound. It's not High and Dry, it's not Pyromania, but that Hysteria is a great song, great album. Rat. I didn't have anything from Rat on my list because I know we talked about maybe later on throwing in a couple deep cuts from songs. So I have some, but anything by Rat. Rock Me would have made my list, but I had Save Your Love as my ballad, and I didn't want to have 2 songs from the same band. Rock Me is just amazing. Whitesnake, pretty much anything from Whitesnake, especially off that self-titled debut. And Motley Crue Wild Side, like everybody said, that's when they kind of got the sleaze back after the glam of Theater of Pain. So. Awesome list, definitely.
That's when Motley Crue went from Theater of Pain to Girls, Girls, Girls. Like when Kiss went from fucking Crazy Nights in Asylum to friggin' Hot in the Shade.
Yeah.
Look wise, anyways,
Yeah. True. Yep.
All right, so where are we, guys? So,
Me.
I don't want to get yelled at again. All right, BB's list, right?
No, he's talking about you.
He's got a comment on you. Then
I have to comment on you, and then I have to go.
Oh, all right, there you go. That'll work. Phew. It's not easy.
Ay. See, you add 2 more guys into the mix, then you're
See,
you're
you guys
lost.
only have 2 guys to deal with most of the time.
True.
All right, what Def Leppard song did you pick? Hysteria?
Yes.
From Hysteria? All right. Your list was great until you got to that song. Because I'm not the Hysteria fan. I think they kind of went radio poppy at this time. But, 1 to 4 is fantastic. Really good list. And then you shit on number 5. But hey, that's all right.
Ooh, wow.
He likes Euphoria better.
Oh God, no. No.
Or Slang.
We have to at least disagree
God,
on
no.
one of these. And that's the one I'm going to pick.
All right. Okay, that's all right.
All right.
All right, so you're going to do yours now?
So now I'll do my list.
Okay.
Then
After he
you can-
shits on me, he's going to do his.
Yeah. So then you can shit on 5 or 6 of my songs.
It may happen. It could happen.
Not in any order. Zeus. It's funny. I had the same pick as you. Mad About You from Slaughter, from Stick It To You 1990. I just love Mark's vocals on this. He's just a great vocalist at this time. He's peaking now. A little cowbell thrown in that song, fantastic. And Tom, I also went on kind of with you. There were the LA Guns, but I picked Electric Gypsy from their self-titled LA Guns album from 1990. I mean 1988. Phil and Tracy, they're like peanut butter and jelly in the 80s. These guys are, I'm so glad they got back together. They are fucking fantastic together. I love the shit they're doing now. Their new album's fucking fantastic.
That's what they should have called the new album, Peanut Butter
Butter and Jelly. All right, now let's throw 3 bands that no one has talked about yet.
Well, wait a minute. Can I ask you a quick question? Take a step back.
Yes, sir.
It broke up a little bit. What was that? What song from LA Guns' debut was it?
Electric Gypsy.
Okay, got it. All right, thank you, bro.
Yep.
Great song.
How about Cinderella? We haven't talked about Cinderella tonight. Their debut album, 1986, Night Songs. Love the opening track, Night Songs. It's just fantastic the way it starts off. Got a little wind, a little bell, and just a great Tom Keither's vocals are so fucking fantastic. And even still today, I think he still has some great pipes. The solo stuff he's doing now is just fucking fantastic. Another band no one has talked about yet. How about Twisted Sister from 1984? Let's talk about a little Stay Hungry from the album Stay Hungry. BC, it's funny. I think you threw it before. It's either you or Zeus. You talked a little whammy bar in there. There's a little hidden whammy bar in certain parts of the song that are really, really, really cool. And it's funny. You just think of hair metal. I always think of Dee Snider, just with the makeup and the hair and the way the whole band looked. And my last song is going to be from Skid Row, 1991. How about Slave to the Grind? This band teeters. They're heavy metal. They're hair metal. 1991. So you're maybe a little past it. So this may be that's not in format, but I love Skid Row at this point. Sebastian Bach, fantastic. This song's fast from start to finish. Just a heavy riff in there, and it's just one of my favorite '80s bands. It's one of those things that you always hear. I remember you. You're so sick of it, but Slave to the Grind is one of those songs that just fucking grabs you start to finish, right out of the gate. And that's my list.
All right, cool list. Jerry the neighbor, what do you got to say?
Well, obviously, since you took Mad About You, great pick. I love LA Guns since their debut album. Electric Gypsy is a great song. Night Songs, I like Cinderella. They almost made my list. I was going to put a little push on mine, especially since I seen that. I heard it played at a Detroit Red Wings game. The Bruins were playing. They were playing that. I'm talking last year in the stadium. I couldn't believe it. Stay Hungry by Twisted Sister. They've got some good songs I like. Stay Hungry is I don't know. Slave to the Grind, unbelievable album. I remember when it first came out, going number 1. The song Slave to the Grind is not what you would call hair metal. It's more closer to like Metallica than it is to Poison. But I almost took Monkey Business from that album. The album is awesome. And I remember when showing up 1991 with this guy at Stonehill College first day, put in my big stereo system, and I blasted this album. First day in college.
Hey,
I thought I was a cool guy.
One question real quick. Was Murph rocking out with that song too?
No.
No, Murph was in Tommy's ass.
That's not necessary. If that happened, I must have not been awake for that. I don't know. Maybe that was what Murph put on his YouTube music to put me to sleep.
Maybe you were roofied like BC was at the Wasp show.
Definitely could have been.
Yeah, Murph and Tom are old roommates. He's a guy that joins us in our podcast, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
Every once in a while. Great kid, great guy.
Yeah, Murph is cool. I
just
like when
to
Murph's on there.
Yeah.
It's the episodes are fun when he's on there. All right, all right, BC, what do you think? BB's list here. Don't spit your beer on the computer, please. Please.
How can you go wrong with Slaughter? LA Guns' great first album to me is phenomenal, especially Laps of Gypsy. Again, Cinderella, Night Songs, another great debut album. Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry. I mean, after the first two, that is very hair metal-ish, I guess you could say. Of course, We're Not Gonna Take It. I mean, that was hair metal.
That was high hair metal.
High hair metal and the video and shit. But Skid Row, Slave to Grind. Skid Row, Slave to Grind. I mean, phenomenal song, phenomenal album. Another great list.
All right, cool. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, it's a great list, except for, I got to admit, I'm not a huge Twisted Sister fan at all. I like, like a song like Burn in Hell or something like that, but I'm not a huge Twisted Sister fan. Night Songs, I could have easily picked anything up from Cinderella. Making a top 5 for me is impossible because I love all these bands. I love all these songs. Cinderella, unfortunately, didn't make the cut. I don't know how because I've seen them in concert. They're amazing, too. Night Songs, phenomenal song. Slave to the Grind, awesome. Like Zeus said, I probably would have leaned towards Monkey Business because I think that song just absolutely rips. Slaughter, love them, too. Just it's another great list as well. Good stuff.
All right, cool. Everybody except for me talked about it, right? I don't want to upset the fucking apple cart here again. I like BB's list. It had a little more metal than hair in this one. Skid Row, Slave to the Grind, friggin' you can't. That album was just so fucking slamming when it came out. Slave to the Grind, great song. Twisted Sister, I really do enjoy Twisted Sister, and actually got to see them twice on that tour. Actually, once they opened with Rat and Lita Ford. And then I got to see them. They open up for Dio. If you've ever seen the video special from the Spectrum from the Last in Line tour, myself and Rob that's been on our Kiss episodes, we actually were at that show, and Twisted Sister opened up that show. It was friggin' phenomenal. And actually, I think they came out and told him he needed to stop swearing, I think, during that show. Cinderella Night Songs, great song. You definitely could have picked anything off of that album. LA Guns, and I remember seeing LA Guns on their first tour. They opened up for AC/DC on it was either Blow Up Your Video tour. I think it was Blow Up Your Video tour. They looked like they were absolutely fucking petrified on fucking stage when they played that show. and we saw them at the Binghamton Broome County arenas where we saw them, and at the back of the arena the bands would come out there, and I remember seeing them after the show, and they still looked like they were fucking shell shocked when they walked out, and it was crazy. But I mean they held their own on stage. They did good. No one threw shit at them or nothing like that. And Mad About You, talked about that before, dual Zeus BB pick, just a good one. And that's one of my favorite songs off that first Slaughter album. I really enjoy that one. There's our top 5, in quotations, hair metal songs. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. We're going to do our hidden gem. But before we do that, the song that we're going to play before the hidden gem is, I've talked about this band many times. We've had their drummer, Sean Duncan, on the podcast before for an interview. The band's DC4. The song we're going to play is from the 2011 album, Electric Ministry, and the song is called Translucent Life. If you want to hear this song, you have to buy the CD, because when you go on Apple Music or Amazon Music or Spotify, whatever is out there, for some reason the song is not included. It's the last song on the Electric Ministry album. The song is called Translucent Life, and it is fucking excellent, so check it out. And we're back after our little break there. I hope you guys enjoyed Translucent Life from DC4. Those guys fucking rock. I hope you guys like that song. Check it out. And we're going to do a little hidden gem action. And BB, I want you to go first because you're going to just definitely give us the friggin' wow factor here for the hidden gem this week.
All right. Thank you. This week, I'm going to pick a brand new band under the guitar wizardry of George Lynch. The band is called Dirty Shirley. The song is called Here Comes the King. If you like anything from Ronnie James Dio, you are going to get sucked into this band. Because I sent it to Steve, and he's responded the same thing I was thinking. Definitely Ronnie James Dio-ish, in Lynch. And, fantastic fucking hair metal guitarist. It fits right in there. But I believe the album is not released until next year. But they did throw one song out, and this is the song, Here Comes the King from Dirty Shirley.
Sounds like a porno.
She lives up the road next to Jerry the neighbor.
No, there's no porno stars in this neighborhood. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Buck Naked doesn't even live in this neighborhood. All right, Tom, what do you got for us for a gem?
So sticking with the hair metal theme, I'm going to take an album from 2008 by Dokken. It's the Lightning Strikes Again album. In 2008, not a lot of people listen to hair metal. Not a lot of people listen to Dokken. But if you haven't checked this album out, you are really missing out on a killer album. Obviously, George Lynch is not in the band at that time. He's got other guys in the band, but the album just absolutely rips. So many great songs. Standing in the Shadows, Give Me the Reason. Just a really awesome album that flies under the radar for obvious reasons. Again, it came out in 2008. This kind of music was kind of really... People really weren't paying attention to it, and you really should. It's an excellent album.
Yeah.
I know you guys...
We definitely were.
Yeah.
We have the CD.
Yeah.
It's a freaking great album.
I know you guys are paying attention to it, but generally speaking, this album should be getting more attention than it does. It's great.
Yeah, excellent. Great pick. Zeus, what do you got for us, my friend?
So I know we were talking earlier. I said that I got back into the old catalog I used to have on cassette and early CDs of Whitesnake's albums. So I'm going to my favorite early Whitesnake album, and that is 1981's Come and Get It. I absolutely love this. Different version of Whitesnake, a lot more blues, rock. They've got some great songs. Don't Break My Heart Again, Wine, Women, and Song, Would I Lie to You? And my favorite on that is that last track, Till the Day I Die, number 10. Awesome album. I listen to it often, and if you think of Whitesnake and you only think of the late 80s Whitesnake or Whitesnake Slide It In, things like that, listen to their earlier stuff. You'll really like it.
Yeah, and it's amazing what a different band Whitesnake was up until probably Slide It In. And even Slide It In still has more of that bluesy sound than the earlier ones. And then
Moody Marsden guitar was awesome. Those two duo, and they've always had that duo guitar threat all through their history. And they've also been these great duos that can one after the other, and it continues all the way to this day.
Yeah, Whitesnake has never been a band that has been lacking for talent in the band. Definitely. Always, David Coverdale's always surrounded by talent. Even from, fucking dude was in Deep Purple, you can only really go down from there, but he really puts a ton of shit in there. Great. All right, I'm going to throw mine out there next. I'm going to stick with the hair metal type thing. I'm going to go with the 2007 album from Poison, actually. And they put out a covers album in 2007. It's called Poisoned. I actually have the CD here in my hand. Really cool album. It's pretty... I won't say straightforward version of these songs because they're definitely poisoned up, and they're not carbon copies of the songs that they play on there. And they do like kind of a wide variety of things. They do Little Willie by Sweet, which I was like, what the fuck song is this when they played that? I'm thinking, is this even a cover song? They do Suffragette City from David Bowie, I Never Cry from Alice Cooper. They do What I Like About You from the Romantics. Can't You See from the Marshall Tucker Band, which is really good. And they do a friggin' phenomenal version of Dead Flowers from the Stones. And they even have a little Kiss Rock and Roll Night on there. But just a really good, kind of different covers album. And they put this album out there. There really wasn't a lot of bands doing cover albums out there because, it became the vogue after a while. Like, everybody had a cover album out after a while. But this, I think, was one that was, like, kind of one of the first ones that they really delved into that kind of stuff, and I think it's really cool. So check it out. It's called Poisoned, and it came out in 2007. I don't know if it's on Apple Music or whatever, but I have the CD. It's fucking excellent. What do you got, PC?
Nice.
Sticking with the hair metal thing, back in 1991 when everything blew up, the band called South Gang. They came out with the album called Tainted Angel, and I'm going to use the song Tainted Angel. Very catchy tune, very hair metal catchy tune. Had some organ in it, some backup girls singing. It was over the top, again, at that time frame when I think hard rock, hair metal killed itself. And unfortunately, grunge came in. And
what's a taint?
You gotta look that up online.
I don't know, but it sounds bad.
It sounds bad, but
UrbanDictionary.com.
I think they got lost because they're very Poison-like, I thought, but they were good. I mean, the guitar player is very Butch Walker, I want to say.
I thought you meant Butch like.
No.
Butch.
That's what I thought too.
No, his name.
Was it a dude that was like a dude?
His name is Butch Walker. That could be
Butch Walker. Wow.
But very underrated.
Like a trucker name.
Very underrated guitar player, I thought, for back in the day. But like I said, they got lost in the shuffle. But it's a good album overall.
Are they still doing anything? Are they still like?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. All right. So there's our hidden gems. We have the Whitesnake Come and Get It album from Zeus. Friggin' excellent, great, deep Whitesnake there. Lightning Strikes Again from Tom's got that from Dokken 2008 album. It's really good. If you're a Dokken fan and you don't have this, you're not really a fucking Dokken fan. BB's got a little Dirty Shirley, Here Comes the King, which it is really cool. And it's the only thing that, like, if you watch the video, like, George Lynch has a fucking man bun. It's terrible. Oh my god! Like, I just want to get a chainsaw and cut that fucking thing off. BC's got South Gang, Tainted Angel song and album, and he's got Butch Walker pulled up on his phone there. It is an actual guy. And I have Poison cover album from 2007. So there's our hidden gems. Check those out, you guys. Tom and Zeus, thanks for participating in that. It was really cool. So real quick, we'll go around the horn here. Give us like 5. I won't call them deep tracks. I'll call them maybe not the totally popular shit out there. Not under the radar, but like middle of the road kind of things that people may enjoy there. And BB, what do you got for us? Just give us 5. We'll mention our 5, and then when we go around, if you have something to say about someone else's thing, just jump in.
I don't think we talked about Warren tonight. I think Warren's a big hair metal band from 1990. Off the Cherry Pie album, I picked Mr. Rainmaker. Great tune, great guitar work. Just one of those songs that kind of got lost in the shuffle of the Cherry Pie album. Song number 2, Overnight Sensation from Firehouse, another band we have not heard of tonight, off their self-titled album from 1990. CJ Snare, fantastic vocalist, humongous scream in the beginning of the song is fantastic. Number 3, how about from Autograph, from Please Sign In album 1984. 19 and Not Stop. I always thought it was 19 and Non-Stop, but it's 19 and Non-Stop. Crazy synth in there.
I think they're fucking with you.
I think they are too. But it's always funny. But Steve Lynch, speaking about another Lynch, Steve Lynch. That's like Eddie Van Halen Jr. Fantastic guitar work on this song. Song number 4, I picked XYZ from their Hungry album 1991, Face Down in the Gutter. Such a dirty beginning of the bluesy riff, and then it just turns heavy like in a blink of an eye. Fantastic time change in that, love it. And my last song, I'm going to pick the boys from Philly, from Heaven's Edge, off of Some Other Place, Some Other Time, 1999, Rock Steady. These guys never really got out there. to me, these guys are fantastic. Always a great harmony and chorus. And these guys kind of, you hear this song, we've seen these guys a couple times in M3. They do the old 1970s Kiss sway back and forth. You know, there's like 4 of them on stage.
Choreographed stage
fantastic. Love it. You know, so hopefully, you know, that covers the not so popular songs, but we, you know, threw out of those couple bands that we haven't really talked about tonight that are somewhat hair metal.
All right, cool, Tom.
So I didn't have Rat in my original top 5. I love everything Rat, but my favorite Rat song from Out of the Cellar would probably be considered a deep cut for some people, and that is In Your Direction. That my favorite Rat song overall, my favorite song off that album. So it's kind of a deeper cut, maybe not for us, but so I got that. Could have put anything from Doc in here, but I'm going to take Sleepless Nights off of Back for the Attack. White song, I'm going to stick with them. I'm going to go with Lady Red Light. I know it's not necessarily a deep cut. It's considered maybe a semi-hit for some people. But it's not Rock Me. It's not Once Bitten, Twice Shy. I'm gonna go with a band that no one's mentioned. I'm gonna go with a song called "Scared" by Dangerous Toys.
Ooh. All right.
It's kind of a put that in the hidden gem category if you wanted to too.
You mean you're not sporting a Woody?
Oh God, yeah. You could throw that in your list too if you wanted to. I think, what's that, 4? And then I think I'm going to throw another LA Guns song in there, too. Again, not necessarily a hidden gem. It depends on who you're talking to, I guess. But Rip and Tear, I like that song from LA Guns, too. So kind of a couple repeat bands, but those are my favorites. So I wanted to throw in some kind of lesser, not the hits.
All right, coolness. BC, what do you got?
We got 3.
We're gonna hear bands we've never heard before.
I got 10 more, but I'm not gonna mention them because they're hair metal.
Well, that's all right.
No. Let's go with I had to get thrown off for these guys. Vane with Icy. I think they're always known for Beat the Bullet, but the song Icy is off their debut album is off the scales. Every Murder's Nightmare. Nobody mentioned those today. Walls Come Down. Just a good song. Good song, and at the end it just rips it up. Then I'm gonna come back to some semi-local boys. A band called Tease, which later they had to change their name to Rough House off their first album, Party Hardy. Very hair metal 80s song. And you know what? I'm going to throw one Crazy Licks. 21 Till I Die. It's off their 2010 release. It's very hair metal, fun lyrics, good solo. Again, group vocals. And the whoa. But
do that again.
Whoa.
All right.
Whoa. But there's 4 in it. I'm good.
All right, cool.
I get some more stuff.
All right, Jerry the neighbor, what do you got, my friend?
All right. So I'm gonna throw a couple of mix these ones up too. Number 5 for me would be "Color Me Bad, All for Love."
Nice.
What the fuck is that? Who? Is that like a fucking rap?
You mean Living Color?
Boy band, isn't it?
Are they really?
It's a boy band, isn't it?
I've heard the name before. I don't think I remember those guys.
I think everybody does remember it.
They open up for Kicks at Rocky Glen Park.
Anyways, my number 5, I picked a rare one from White Lion. I put "If My Mind Is Evil." That's on Big Game.
Excellent song.
Ooh.
I love that song.
Excellent.
I took a rare one from Rat. I took "Top Secret." I think that's off Detonator.
Wow.
Yes. Love that riff. It's killer. For a ballad, I put another ballad, kind of like a rarity. I put by Vixen, "Love Is a Killer." Love that song. The video is pretty good. And lead singer, I have a major crush on her. I took LA Guns, "I Want to Be Your Man," which was a CD extra on Cocked and Loaded, which I don't understand. It's the best song on that album. I don't know how it was an extra. And then finally, I took from Junkyard, "Simple Man." But I still think they're kind of in that hair metal kind of thing, but they're
kind of in between.
Yeah, exactly. That's when the Teslas and Guns N' Roses and all those other bands started taking off the mirror, and they started getting a little bit of variety type of music and no makeup and no, Paul Stanley Asylum looking. So yeah,
it all comes back to Paul Stanley.
I love the song. They even did an video. The lead singer looks like Greg the Hammer Valentine. But I'm not gonna hold it in.
All right, good picks. And Junkyard, Zach, they actually have an album coming out like next month or something. And we just saw them.
That's a great album.
Yeah, and we saw them twice, like right in the last couple of years.
Yeah, M3, and
they
then
played M3, and
they
they played like another M3 event. Freaking great band. All right, my last picks here, and actually, Tom, I have another White Lion pick, Lady of the Valley, from the Pride album in '87. That song is just one of the ones that Vito Bratta just absolutely tears it up on that song, but. Like Mike Tramp's vocals on that song, they go from like they're like really soulful thing, about his brother was killed in some war or something like that. It's just a great friggin' song. Kicks Cold Blood was my next song I picked. Absolutely
Awesome.
one of the absolute best live bands still out there playing now. Fucking love those guys.
I'm glad somebody mentioned Kicks.
Yeah, and we got to see them perform the whole Cold Blood album live. I don't know, probably 2 or 3 years ago at M3, friggin' fantastic. And actually got to talk with Brian Forsyth at the Rockin' Pod Expo in Nashville last year. Super nice guy. So well-spoken, like so soft-spoken. Just a great, really cool guy. And I told Tom before, Poison Ivy was one of the songs that I picked also. And I threw a little Lita Ford in there, Gotta Let Go, from the Dancing on the Edge album. Just a great opening track there. Album is really good. And that's another... Huh?
Randy Castillo,
absolutely. And he's I'm sorry, Lita Ford. That's another one that song Gotta Let Go that I can't separate the song from the video. Because when that first came out, you really were not used to seeing a female guitar player just like fucking tear it up. But she did. I mean, it was really cool. And like that's my like most memorable part of that video. And I'm gonna go back to '86. Ozzy. Shot in the Dark, a little Jakey Lee action here.
Yep,
absolutely love that song. It was probably the most popish kind of song that he had. Another Randy Castillo on drums there, but just great. The guitar solos are great. Like a very hard but melodic song, and I think it's just it's great. And
that's when Ozzy was going through his Phyllis Diller stage. Him and Gene Simmons would see you look like women.
I think they were sharing the same wardrobe case.
Oh, brutal. Shot in the Dark is awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, and that's still a song like now you could hear whenever you hear it, you're like that's just a great song, and it's definitely. And actually, the Ultimate Sin album. I don't think there's a skip around that album. I think it's great. I actually picked that up on vinyl about 6 months ago. It's friggin' fantastic. And so there's our kind of like not deep tracks, but like kind of middle of the road kind of things. We just want to throw out a couple more choices for all the hair metal because as you guys know, we do a Spotify playlist on our in our notes in the episode every week. I hope you guys are checking them out. So we'll have these songs on there. You guys can definitely check them out. And Dylan does a great job with that. And I apologize for all the fuck-ups tonight because, I don't have Dylan here cracking the whip and writing me notes and saying, like, shut the fuck up, stop saying fuck, all that kind of shit. But let's go around the horn here. If you got any comments on anybody's songs, do it. You guys pimp your podcast again, and we'll do some final words, and we'll wrap up here.
I like that, I'm going to check out a lot of the songs that I didn't recognize. A lot of BCs, I'm like, who the fuck is this band? In my head, like, yeah. I can't wait to listen to them. Tom, you mind if I jump in? You want me to jump in, or you want to jump in and pimp our shit out?
Go ahead.
So we're all over just like everybody else. You can find us where you can find all your podcasts. You can email us at shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. You name it, we're on it. Tom handles a lot of our social media. He's all over our Facebook page, our Twitter page. We're pretty interactive. Instagram, not as much. That's because I run it. Not as good. So I'm like you, Steve. When I touch the shit, it's not as good, but
It breaks.
you can find us everywhere. We love interacting with people out there. We love the feedback. We love to hear what you guys think, and we hope you guys that are out here, fans of Hotter Than Hell, come give us a listen and give us a try. But more importantly, I know Tom's going to add to my sentiments. We'd like to thank you guys for your hospitality, for inviting us. We're fans of the show, and me and Tom always get a little bit sentimental and emotional when it comes to stuff. We're new to the podcast world. We didn't have friends. We didn't have contacts. We're not in the music industry. We don't have anything. Tom, has got a regular, we really appreciate it. It's become like one big happy family. Now that we guys got to know each other a little bit better, you can get on our fucking text exchanges like we do with the grown-up rock idiots. And get in on all the insults that we throw each other every day with stupid photos of each other and comments. And I'm looking forward to it. And once again, thank you sincerely to all you guys. And we really appreciate it. Tom?
Yeah, Steve, everybody, guys there, thank you so much. I mean, we love the show. We love Kiss, but as you can tell tonight, we love talking rock music in general. We love taking a break from talking about Kiss, and especially for me and Zeus, the 80s rock, hair metal scene, this is our sweet spot. I could talk for a couple more hours about all this stuff. There's songs and bands we haven't even covered. So this was a ton of fun for us. And we really appreciate you, inviting us on your show. We know you guys got a huge following, and check us out. Shout it out, Loudcast. But again, you guys have a terrific show with awesome topics every week, and we're just happy to be a part of this one. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, Tom and Zeus, thanks for coming on. I know you guys are busy as we are. Thanks for taking a break and coming on here with us. It's always nice to have somebody else and a different side of music that the three of us have been listening to music and going to concerts forever for the last freaking 25 years. We're getting sick of each other. It's nice to have, two new guys.
Especially getting sick of me.
Yeah. It's nice to have two guys in the equation, and like you guys said before, we're turning into one big happy family. You guys are like brothers to us. We can bust balls with you guys. You're not going to get mad. So, once again, thank you for coming on, and hope to talk to you soon.
Again, guys, great having you guys on. And Steve kept pushing me to listen to your podcast. He goes, they're not like, they don't really, not like you said, they're really down to earth, and they tell it like it is. They're not afraid to say, we don't like Gene Simmons doing this or that. And I started listening to your guys' episodes, and I've been liking it. So I gotta find some more time. It's a hard thing to do, but it's great having you guys on.
But we appreciate that.
But no, I like your honesty.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Once again, I can't really say much more than these guys have. It was awesome having you guys on here. I've been waiting to do this for a while, and like you guys out there, seriously, if you have not checked out the Shout Out Loudcast, check these guys out. You will laugh your balls off. When Zeus told the "I Want You" story, I'll tell you what, I was crying laughing because, and I have a similar story. And when we go off air, I'll tell you, because I'm going to cry laughing about it, thinking about it. But these guys, it's a fun podcast, and and they get like us. Like, we start laughing on something, and like, these guys don't even get like 2 minutes in the episode. They're laughing like fools, and I fucking absolutely love it. It's great, and you can tell these guys have a chemistry. They you can tell they're buddies, and they bust each other balls. But what I like is that the differing opinions, and Tom is totally correct in his love for Got Love for Sale. Totally right on that. And Zeus's love for Peter Criss's solo album is kind of fucking scary at times, but it's great. It's a great listen, and so you guys, thanks a lot for coming on. And I was glad we were able to get you out of the Kiss world for a while there. But it's funny though, like when you're talking about this kind of stuff, Kiss always comes back into it in some way, shape, or form, and that's kind of why. When I was getting the idea for this podcast, we chose like Hotter Than Hell, because whatever we listen to, it circles back to Kiss in some way, shape, or form, and for good or bad, and And too bad you can't put like 6 guys in a cabin, because the 6 of us could get in one cabin on a fucking Kiss cruise next year. But only 2 of us could go to see the show. Yep. We'll draw straws. But once again, thanks guys for coming on, and thanks for spending an evening with us. And I hope you guys out there check out the Shout Out Loudcast. And thanks for listening, everybody. Check out our Spotify playlist, and if you're listening to us, whatever you're listening to us on, you can find the Shout Out Loudcast on the same format. So check them out, check us out, tell your friends about them, tell your friends about us. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. We will see you next time, and there definitely will be a next time.